Good morning, and thank you for joining us for SBB Live. I am your host and the publisher of Seniors Blue Book, Amanda Barton. Very delighted today to bring on one of my partners from Snead Eye Group, Dr. Kate Maloney. How are you this morning?
I'm good. Thanks for having me. How are you?
I'm really good. Thanks for asking. Now, we want to get our viewers and our readership really involved with our partners and get to know you on a personal level. So tell me a little bit about yourself and how you ended up in the field of optometry.
So I recently moved to the area from Connecticut, but I graduated optometry school in 2016. I did my residency up in Connecticut, and that's kind of where I've been practicing since then. But I absolutely love what I do. I love being an optometrist, and I moved down here for the great opportunity when I learned about Snead Eye Group looking to hire an optometrist, and that's how I moved down here. But I became interested in the field of optometry probably when I was in high school. My grandmother, she had glaucoma and she had macular degeneration. So those are two pretty significant eye conditions. And I was going with her to her eye doctors, and I just really fell in love with the field, just seeing what they could do for her, how they could help her, how they diagnosed her. It was a really devastating condition for her, but it also kind of sparked an interest in me and kind of led me to where I am. And I'm truly lucky that I found something that I love to do so much.
No, you really are. Most people are not fortunate enough to find a career that they're that passionate about. And I love hearing the personal stories about what drove you to do what you do. And much like you, my grandmother suffers from macular degeneration as well. And watching her go through this process has been quite difficult. The shots are intense. Tell me a little bit about, we're now in the sunny state of Florida. I know that it's really important to get your eyes checked, especially as you age, but talk to me about why it's important for people that are resident here with the sun that we have in Florida.
In Florida, the sunlight is more intense than in other states where it's a little bit cloudier or shadier. And the UV light exposure can lead to a variety of eye conditions that you would have no clue you had until you came to see an eye doctor. You don't have symptoms. There's two to three probably in particular that I'm thinking of. First off, cataracts. The sun exposure does drive cataracts to form a little bit quicker, a little bit earlier. So that's one thing. Another thing is just like we can get birthmarks or freckles on our skin, we can also get those same things in the back of our eyes. So that's a huge thing. Whenever anyone comes in for an eye exam, I dilate their pupils really well and I look at the back of their eyes at the retina to make sure there's no choroidal melanomas or choroidal nevi that look suspicious and could possibly form into a melanoma. So those are things that I am concerned about when there's a lot of sun exposure, things that I'm looking for, and why it's really important in this area to wear the best sunglasses you can. Polarized sunglasses are very important to prevent things like that. But also getting your annual eye exams routinely, despite, if you don't have any symptoms, you still need to come in and get it checked just in case.
Oh, that's a really, really good point that I don't realize a lot of Floridians think about, that the exposure to this harsh sun is not just damaging to our skin. We're cautioned and told that we should get our skin checked every year, but we should definitely be checking our eyes for the same reasons for that harsh sunlight. So I think that's a really good point. We are dealing with a geriatric population here in Southwest Florida as well. Do you want to talk about some of the signs and symptoms of maybe cataracts or macular degeneration so they have an idea of maybe what's going on, even though they should be coming in every year just in case they're not?
Yeah, definitely. So with cataracts, most of my patients, they come in and they tell me, things are a little bit blurrier. I want some new glasses. And that's the time that, I'll check for glasses, but also I'm taking a really good look at what's going on with the eyes, not just the glasses component, because that's a lot of times what's going on. It's a cataract forming, not that you need new glasses. And I think that's the biggest misconception, or the biggest thing that people, come in thinking it's just a new pair of glasses, but there's more to it. So the blurry vision with the cataracts could be a cataract if you see blurry vision. Nighttime glare, that's a huge thing. People often say they look at headlights or street lamps and there's like a starburst, sunburst around it. That could be a cataract. Colors seem a little bit dimmer, a little bit darker than they once were. That could be cataract. Macular degeneration also causes a decrease in vision. So that's something to watch out for. Another thing that macular degeneration can do that I'm not sure if a lot of people know about is lines that once seemed straight are then seeming a little bit wavy or a little bit curvy. That's why when a patient comes in and I notice that they have early signs of macular degeneration, I'll give them a grid called an Ambler grid. It kind of looks like a piece of graph paper. And that's just an at-home tool for the patient to check and make sure things aren't progressing or getting worse. So that's a good way to monitor it too.
That's perfect. That's a perfect explanation for everything that I feel, you know, to sum it up in one call, I think we've definitely done it. The warning signs and symptoms, and then why you, me, and regardless of your age, if you live in the state of Florida, should be getting your eyes checked on an annual basis, even if you have 20/20 vision, right?
Exactly.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show this morning, Dr. Maloney. It was really fun getting to know you, and I appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
Have a good day.
You too.